Thursday. We are so excited to have our wonderful guest on today. We have, wow, she is phenomenal. She's doing some great things in the acting world, and she's also doing some great things in the music department. And she is just a dear friend of mine also, but a red carpet artist. I love it, and she is truly doing great things for the community, lots of charities. I'm just so overwhelmed with her today, and today we have Marneen Lynne Fields. Let's give it up out there. Welcome everyone. Welcome Marneen.
Thank you.
And she is an actress, stunt woman, award-winning pop rock singer, songwriter. We are so happy to have you here at www.KEPXRadio.com. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
Wow. I'm so excited. We also, you guys, I want you guys to go to Shebra Dorsey on Facebook, because we're going to do some live video today, and we are just going to show you guys. We're going on there right now, so you guys can go to CHEBRA, you guys, and DORSEY. You will be seeing Facebook Live. And so we are just so happy that she's here with us today. Wow. All I can say is I'm excited, because we've been waiting for this interview for a long time.
Yes, we have.
And so right now, you guys, we are going live. And you guys can go to CHEBRADORSEY. And we are going live. We're counting down right now. So you guys go on my Facebook right now live. Hi, Facebook. Bye, you guys. I am live here on my show, Testimonial Thursday. We are so happy to have our guest with us today, Marneen Lynne Fields. She is a stunt woman, actress, award-winning pop rock singer, songwriter. I am so happy to have you. Again, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Wow. I want to ask you a few questions, because we are so, this is just the things that you have done in the acting field. Being a stunt woman, being an actress, it's already hard enough. Can you tell us when you got started, and how old were you when you got started?
Well, I got started because I was a national gymnast in college.
Wow.
And I got discovered by a man who ran a stunt school named Paul Stater, and I was competing in intercollegiate gymnastics, and I started gymnastics and started entering talent shows at about 15 years old. And he took me under his wing. I became one of the in 1976, I was one of the first women to receive a full gymnastics scholarship to Utah State University. They didn't give gymnastics scholarships to women back then.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very, very rare. And so I was competing for the school for several years, and just planned on becoming a gymnastics coach. And I was already teaching gymnastics when I graduated, and studying, health education, but my minor was theater arts. So I was also doing dance and theater there at Utah State. And I got hurt. I got injured on the balance beam, and I had an ankle operation. I moved back to Ventura, California with my parents.
Wow.
Just to show you how fatal step in. And it was during that year that the ankle was healing and recovered that I met this incredible stunt coordinator and owner of the stunt school, and he was Cary Grant's double.
Wow.
So he taught not only me, but a lot of the famous men today, the coordinators that you see that have doubled all the big stars. They were almost all of them out of his school. There were a few women, but there weren't women back then. We were the pioneering stunt women. We didn't have the airbags. We went into sand and boxes and onto concrete, and it was really brutal.
So it wasn't many stunt women at that time.
Very few, yeah.
Very
There were
limited.
not, we're going all the way back to 1976 when he discovered me, and I was probably the only champion gymnast stunt girl back then. There's now,
Yeah.
lots of stunt girls and lots of gymnasts that have become stunt women.
Yes.
You're looking 41 years ago.
Wow.
And I know at the stunt school, they had some athletic skills, but none of the women that I came out of the school with, and they were good, and they got trained by Paul, and they got trained at the stunt school, but I was actually a Class 1 advanced all-around gymnast with, the top gymnast at Utah State University and third in the nation on balance beam and floor exercise. So I didn't get known to do cars. Like some stunt girls, they do cars, some do horses.
Yes.
But I ended up doing high falls and high dives and a lot of fight scenes.
Wow.
And a lot of swimming.
Isn't that something? And started from your gymnastics. So it makes sense because, that's a lot of moves you had to learn. And, like you said, you didn't have all the things they have today. This was straight hitting the ground, you know what I mean? And wow, that's amazing.
And old wrestling mats. And, when I started in gymnastics in elementary school, coming from softball, and I started in junior high school and high school, I learned to do back flip-flops, which is, the flip-flops, not the back walk. Taught myself the back walkovers too, but I learned back flip-flops on hardwood floors.
My goodness.
And I took them to the balance beam.
Wow.
I learned back walkovers going down my wall in my house. And this was before I took lessons and got trained real well. It was just something my soul needed to do. I needed to be this gymnast.
Yes.
And I wouldn't take the stairs. I would back bend up and down the stairs. And as a little girl in elementary school, the kids would follow me around the block while I walked on my hands around the block. And I have friends today on Facebook that knew me in elementary school. And they remember me walking the block on my hands. And, and all the kids gathered, all the kids walking with me. And I'm, so I was just a gym nut. And when I had the accident and I injured my ankle, back then, they don't even do these kind of surgeries anymore. They inserted a calves tendon in place of the ligaments.
Wow.
Last year, that ankle exploded, or 2 years ago. And I said, are you going to replace it with a new calves tendon? They stopped doing calves tendons 20 years ago. They use ropes now.
Oh,
so, I got a calves tendon in my foot.
Oh my gosh. I mean, just the stuff you've been through is wow. So, when was your first movie that you have done as a stunt woman?
Okay, well, my first movie was a movie of the week called The Spell.
Wow.
And I had both the acting role and the role of climbing a rope without my legs and spinning around on the rope and falling from the top of the rope in the gymnasium backwards.
Oh.
But my first movie was I'm the girl that Clint Eastwood punched off the moving train in The Gauntlet.
Wow. I saw that movie.
Yeah, and John and I remember when he said you wouldn't hit a girl,
yeah.
lady?
Yeah.
And he punches her and she goes flying.
Oh my gosh, that was you?
That was me.
That is so amazing. And so you went from there into other movies.
Yeah, that jump off the train in Clint Eastwood's The Gauntlet was so big, because he was a big star even back then.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But it launched my career overnight, because that was in 1977, and that was one of the most difficult stunts a young girl had ever performed on film, in 1977. I went off that train backwards with a half twist. If you remember, I was standing in the doorway, He punches
Yes.
me, I go off backwards, and then,
Yes,
you know,
I
and
saw that
it
move.
was going about 15 miles an hour, so your body goes 15 miles an hour as you carry along with the train.
Wow.
Then as the train, the gravitational force stops, your body just drops like a sack of potatoes, and you just hit and you just roll. And I just went into a little bit of sand.
Wow.
And John and I, my husband is a film historian, and John and I actually have introduced the gauntlet where John created a Q&A. Where
That's awesome.
the first one for a stunt girl was
Wow.
talk about what it's like to stand up there opposite Clint Eastwood. And he was so handsome, how can you even concentrate on doing a stunt? You know, you're looking at one of the most handsome men you've ever laid eyes on. You're 19 years old, and you know, it was pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
And
Clint
we're
Eastwood.
famous for that stunt.
That is amazing. And you've worked with many, many other actresses.
I have
actors.
worked with a lot of A-list actors, directors. I've been cast opposite in scenes,
Yes.
even though they're. I like to say I was Angelina Jolie before she was, but my roles were much smaller than hers, and I didn't have the beauty and amazing Angelina. But I got cast repeatedly in these roles where, you know, I might have a few lines or a scream, and I would always die. And I was opposite Jeff Goldblum or Bruce Boxleitner or Wonder Woman, Linda Carter. And, you know, so it was really exciting.
That is amazing. And you work with so many actresses and actors. This is good. This is wow. It really wows me because you're like an inspiration for many. And I'm sure, you know, the young girls that are coming up, what do you think about the movies today with the action? I mean, they got it going on now, or is it easier now, or what do you think?
Well, it's easier when you think in terms of jerk-off cables and the padding and things, but today they're so great in the karate and the kickboxing. And I learned karate and some kickboxing, and I did one fight. I beat up Stacy Keach on a, you know, that show that he did, Mike Hammer, and I was in spike heels. And I had to stand in the spike heels and kick him and beat him up. And the end of the scene, and that's so much harder because one of the things they don't realize is that they put the stunt girl in a wig, and you know, the actress's wardrobe, and I've had to run down cobblestone streets in spike heels and not slip. I've had to walk across plates of food on table and not slip. I've climbed barbed wire fences in spike heels with one arm, and you know, it's just
amazing.
It is amazing. I flipped over banisters in spike heels and had to land on my feet and not drop a drop of wine. I had all that talent back then and that dexterity that a national gymnast would have.
Yes.
And I don't have it now, but and so the challenges and the dexterity needed, and today, my gosh, the fight scenes and these women are pulling it off. They're fantastic.
My goodness, that is amazing. Wow, you guys are reaching www.KEPXRadio.com. I am OChea on Testimonial Thursday. We are here with Marneen Lynne Fields. She is a stunt woman, award-winning pop rock singer, songwriter. I'm just so excited that she's here. You guys can reach me at Sheba Dorsey, ChebraDorsey, or go to OCheaStudioBoutique.com. Wow, this is amazing. I'm just like listening to your testimony, and I mean the things that you have done is like amazing, and how much has changed today. We also heard you're about to receive a wonderful award. Tell us a little bit about it. I believe you're about to receive the legendary Stunt Woman Award from the International Action Film Festival. And is that here or in Las Vegas?
That's going to be in Las Vegas on August 24th.
Wow.
And I was at the Action on Film Festival last year. I submitted one of my music videos and a title track for a screenplay I've written. that won the LA Comedy Awards, Johnny Hawk, aka Hard Nuts to Crack, and it's actually about a stuntman who leaves his hometown of Minot, North Dakota, to become a famous stuntman, and it's more about what the neighbors have a very hard time with the most popular boy in town, leaving them to have a better life.
Wow.
And so the title track is I'm Going to Be a Hollywood Stuntman. So I entered the song in the festival, and I received a nomination in the Best Children's Young Adult category, and I was thrilled. And I went to Las Vegas, and they were having the first annual Stunt Awards. And so after I left and I watched everyone's reel, I said, you know, I'm going to enter the contest next year. Now, I think about 7 people are winning the award, 2 women, and I was so thrilled that, because they have interest from all over the world, they're international, and I was so thrilled that my life as Hollywood's original fall girl, which I was coined in the 1980s, I received a license plate from J.P. Catching and the Stuntman's Association, because I did so many high falls in film and TV shows. Wow. And so the fact that I'm receiving this award, because I have not done stunts since 1991, because I had a very bad car accident.
My goodness.
But up until from 1976 to 1991, I was one of the top stunt women in the world.
The top?
One of the top
My
ones.
Goodness. That is amazing.
Yeah, Wikipedia lists me as one of the prominent stunt women of the 70s and 80s.
Wow. I am so overwhelmed. Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And what date are you receiving this wonderful award?
It'll be October 24th.
Wow.
And the event, a lot of the event, I've also have a music video that's been nominated.
We're about to get that.
Today.
I was going to say that.
And that screens on the 18th at the Palms Hotel called Shadows.
Okay.
And if anyone's listening and they want to go, and then the Action Art Film Festival, just Google it and you can get a ticket to the Legendary Stunt Awards on the 24th, or you can buy tickets to any of these screenings of the films that have been nominated.
Wow. Wow. So also, I mean, she's also a songwriter. So I'm just so overwhelmed right now because you're doing some fantastic things. Tell us a little bit more about your music, songwriting. When did you get into that?
Yeah. Once I had the car accident, I was unable to basically do anything for several years, and there was a series of operations, abdominal operations, for 12 years. So I went back to school and I got in touch. I had always wanted, like the day they passed out instruments in elementary school was my favorite day. The day they sang the song, my favorite day. You know, and I was a child musician. I would play like clarinet and string bass and keyboards, and so that was my true love. But somehow the sports overtook that. Wow. So I was already singing every minute. Everyone who knew me, I was always singing, even though I was doing the stunts. And while I was doing gymnastics, every time I'd go by the music room, I would see the girl doing scales at the piano, and I'd want to be there. Wow. But instead, I'd make my way to the gym, and I'd do the gymnastics, and that isn't what I wanted to do. Now, I did want to act. Once I was doing the stunts, I didn't want to do the stunts as much as I wanted to act, so I was one of the first to make the break from stunts into being recognized as a character actress. And I almost made it as an actress in '88. I was getting guest stars. I had a huge co-star in a film, but I just missed when things were going to video and being seen a lot, and then the accident took it all. So I never thought I'd get back on my feet again to do anything, to sing or act, and I knew I'd never do stunts again. I was badly, badly injured. And so I just said, well, you know, I'll become a writer, I'll become a script writer, but every time I would sit down to write, I would want to sing. And
Wow.
Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston came on the scene those
Yeah.
years.
Mhm.
And I tell you, I'd never heard anything as amazing as
Yes.
Whitney Houston and
Beautiful.
Mariah Carey.
Oh,
And I had a
Beautiful.
Benatar voice.
wow.
And I said, I had to sing every Mariah Carey song I heard and
Mhm.
every Whitney Houston one. So I kept doing that and doing that and doing that. And when you do that, God gives you the gift of melody.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I had been writing lyrics since I was like 19, just getting up in the middle of the night, and these lyrics would flow out of me.
Wow.
And then I started seeing melodies in the lyrics. Like I now would not only read the lyrics, I would hear the way they were supposed to be sung.
Wow.
And so then I became a songwriter during this terrible tragedy, which is what my book is about, is taking
Yes.
a tragedy into the in the wake of your childhood dreams,
Yes.
finding your true calling. And I believe that if you're on the wrong path, God will take drastic actions in your life to make sure you're on the right one.
That's right. And that's what we're about to talk about too. That is your book. You're also an author. And this is,
Well,
wow.
my husband's the author. I tell the story, and he's crafting.
Uh-huh.
That my husband is a best-selling Amazon author, John
Okay.
Harrison,
Okay.
and he's a film historian also.
Okay.
I am great at outlining, and I'm a wonderful script writer and composer. But see, those are short sentences and rhymes as a poet and this sort of thing. John is a real author.
So did your book come out today?
It is. We're still working on it. We're in the process of sending some proposals to see if we
Beautiful.
can get a publisher behind.
Okay.
But there's two books. One on my film career that John is doing, Rolling with the Punches, and then Cartwheels and Halos, which is my true story about, well, my brother was the one who met the stuntman first.
Wow.
He says, I can't do these stunts. My sister can do them. So that was his door to Hollywood open.
Wow.
But he gave it up and gave it to me.
Wow.
So then I did it because I could do the stunts.
Amazing.
But then I have this horrible injury and I wanted to just sing.
Wow.
And so, you hear about this. People with these awful accidents become singers or composers. That's what I am. That's what I was supposed to do. And I strive, like you mentioned, to do the best.
Yes.
I just am trying to do the best I can do as a composer. My music's for everyone. I sing the demos, but I hope everyone will sing it. That I can get a big star to sing some of the songs, and that I'm always going to sing them.
Oh yes. Where can people get your CD to hear your music?
CD Baby. I have
Okay.
several CDs out, and they can see my videos on Vimeo, and Marneen Fields on the IMDb. They can see all my credits, and there's videos up.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, and they can purchase it and go on there and listen to it.
Right, I'm
and
on
purchase?
all of the channels, Amazon, iTunes, and I have 2 new singles out that have just won and been nominated in some other
Wow.
awards and stuff. And Standing Ovation, You're the Star is
Wow.
a Berlin-styled Eurotech pop rock.
Wow, beautiful.
And then I'll Never Kiss His Lips Again has just won Best Single of the Year.
Oh,
The Landfa Nollywood Music Awards.
Yes.
A very prestigious event with lots of
Wow.
well-known celebrities
Yes.
with good credits. And I performed the song live on stage just a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Part of it a cappella.
Beautiful.
And those are both up on YouTube. I haven't done the videos to those yet. They're just out.
That's awesome. Well, you guys are reaching www.KEPXRadio.com. I'm OChea, and this is Testimonial Thursday. We have Marneen Lynne Fields with us today, and she is an actress, songwriter, stunt woman, doing some wonderful things, not only here and all over. I mean, her award winning is actually beautiful. She's about to receive her Film Festival Award. And she also is doing her CD right now and a book. So we have some great things that she's doing. And Tell us a little bit about your testimony. You know, as far as, do you believe your testimony has a lot to do with your success?
Well, my testimony, I feel, has to do with healing.
Yes.
That I have been a witness to God's miraculous healing powers. And they say you're supposed to give God the credit for the healings that you have.
Yes.
You don't take credit for anything. It's all God's,
It's all God.
to glorify His name.
Yes.
But it's a miracle that I have survived any of the things I've survived, because as they were at the worst, I was sure that was it for me. I was sure those 12 years of screaming pain and operations, that it was over, that there were, when you live in those heights of screaming pain, you don't think it's ever going to go away. You don't think you're ever going to get well. You don't think you're ever going to be pain-free. I was so sick that every day all I could think about was how sick I was,
Wow.
how ill I was, how much bleeding. And then one day I was well, and I no longer have that pain. Since 1999. A doctor saved my life. UCLA would not do the final operation I needed to save my life. They thought it was too dangerous. He saved my life, this wonderful, wonderful doctor, Dr. Marvin Schwartz. He's no longer practicing. And from that day on, I started to get stronger, but I also found God.
Amen.
I became a Christian.
Yes.
And it hasn't been without obstacles, because a few years ago when the foot exploded and some other things happened, and I'm still dealing with things, but I've had days where I don't live in heights of excruciating pain, where I feel strong again. I'm not throwing flips,
Right.
but I can walk with my husband.
Wow.
And
Miracles.
so it's, for me, my testimony, the fact that I'm having the recognition I'm having is really great. And it gives me inspiration, and it makes me keep striving, because I have a bigger goal. And my mom was very ill for many years, and she ended up on the streets.
Oh.
And I found her through missing persons after 9 years, and I brought her home to safety. And my main goal in life is to write I've written her script, and she was still alive when we wrote some of it.
Wow.
And so my number one goal, the thing that gets me going, is to do something for the mentally ill who are homeless and their families with her story. Because what my mom survived is even more miraculous than what I've survived.
Wow.
And I had like 15 major reads on her script, and everyone, God, this story is so heart-wrenching. I love it, but I haven't sold the script yet. So I hope 2019 I can at least get behind the camera and film the trailer, do a fundraiser, and finally see Ruby's story come before the world.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, so my success, I'm really not trying. I didn't think I'd do anything or be anything again. I lost everything.
Wow.
And so my testimony is more about, I'm very careful. Oh my God, what's going to happen next to me? Am I okay today?
Right.
Is it that nightmare going to come back?
Right. Isn't that's something else? But you look fantastic.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you. You have a beautiful smile.
Thank
you
you.
are amazing.
Thank you. And so, I'm just saying this because I've seen the things you've done. Tell us a little bit of things that you've done for charities, because you have really helped a lot through the acting and your music, your book.
Yeah, everything
singing.
has a charity focus for me because
That's right.
because I lost everything,
Mhm.
and because you can't take anything with you,
Right.
and I could go any
That's
minute.
true.
I like to do things that have a theme, like I'll never kiss his lips again.
Right.
I would like that to be for a suicide victim. It's based on a young man I dated, my first kiss. Now, he was much older, in his mid-30s, when he committed suicide.
Wow.
I knew him at 15. But that thought that he would commit suicide, this wonderfully talented, handsome young man. And so my mom's script, I'd like to do something for the mentally ill who are homeless. Everything, the stuntman script would be for a stuntman's and stuntwoman's fund. And I have no reason to do anything but for charity.
Yes.
I mean, I don't need a gigantic house to live in.
Right.
I don't need this. I learned to do with a whole lot less.
Wow.
And
That's good. And I like that you said you learn to do it with less, because it really does make a big difference. You don't really need all the things you really need. You find out later you really didn't need it all. You're happy.
Well, yeah, I don't, like, before I married my husband John, he's Australian, I actually got rid of all my possessions so I could go to Australia.
Wow.
I took what I needed, and I have enough. I have my computer, I have my computer software, I have my clothes, but there was a lot of things around that I donated to charity and gave away because I didn't need all that stuff.
Right.
And I felt better, and I have not regretted. And I mean,
Yes.
when I come to Los Angeles, I don't have a car now because I got rid of the car, so I have to rent a car.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I will have a new car in the future, and it's easy getting around with Uber and different things. You don't really need a car today like you used to.
Right. No, now you can get around so easier now. You can get anywhere now. You got Lyft and Uber and everybody else. But how amazing is that?
Yeah. He said, "But I didn't tell you to get rid of everything." And it's right, he didn't. But in order for me to do the marriage in the right way, I wasn't going to keep an extra residence when we could be together, and we had met overseas, and we're real partners, and we have a wonderful marriage. And to think that you would meet your soulmate living in Australia, oceans apart,
Right.
and we would be each other's missing link, has just been amazing to me.
That is amazing. Wow.
We fill in the blanks. The portions of the work that I do,
Yes.
we're not in any competition.
Exactly.
Because he does what he does, and I admire and just think he's amazing.
Wow.
And when you meet him and you talk to him,
Yes.
you'll hear his mind and the way it works with his film historian and recall. Where me, I'm an organizer, just like the gymnast, putting one foot in front of the other and laying things out, and it's perfect for the little notes for composition and script writing. He is a film reviewer and does the stuff that he does. And
That's amazing.
yeah, so we're very, very compatible.
That's beautiful. Wow, that's awesome.
And we look alike too, as you've seen in the
Really?
pictures.
Yeah, you guys, kind of brother and sister. Like, guys look like.
He's
you guys
my twin.
That's your twin. Yeah, he's wonderful. Yes, he is. What if there was someone out there who wanted to get into movies, and say a young girl, and she says, I want to be in the movies. I want to be like Marneen. I want to, be a stunt woman. You got Batman. You got all these, Batwoman. You got all these things out right now. Wonder Woman, and they are very influenced right now.
Wonder Woman.
Oh
She's
my
great.
gosh, it's huge right now. And you got a lot of young girls out there that's saying, I want to be like her. Now here it is, you had that experience to, be a stunt woman. What can you tell those out there, the young women out there, or even young actors? Do you feel that they have some type of mission to get in? You know what I mean? Do they have a way to say, I can do that too? Do you feel they can do that? Or do you feel it's harder now? Do you feel like, give it time to really think about it? Looking back on your life, do you feel that they should take their time? Do you feel like, no, do it? What do you think?
Well, I was in the right place at the right time.
Right.
And I'm still acting today.
Yes.
And as much as once I got back on my feet, everyone thought I would already be a successful or famous actress. And sitting with you right now, I would take any size role on any TV series.
Yes.
I would take just a small role or a large role. It wouldn't matter. I'm trained for it, and I've worked my life for it.
Right.
And but it's always and it's so funny because I get a lead in a series last year, but it's an animated series for the internet.
Wow.
So yeah, I got to play a doctor and a PhD in physics and all of that, and it was great. But here it is, a voiceover, and it's very difficult. If you've got great talent in one area physically, then yes, you can probably make a living doing stunts if you're trained properly. But you've got to get that training and that safety. If you've got the karate background or the gymnastics background, then you have a chance, because there's a lot of stuff and a lot of women to devil. But for someone to really break as like Scarlett Johansson or the new Wonder Woman, it's really it's fate, and it's a stroke of luck.
Wow.
Fame is just fame is, I've heard some people say fame is an accident. It's a major accident. So you can't really hope. A lot of people think, well, I want to start at the top, and they think they can do anything. And you hear them say, like we were talking about all that in a bag of chips. I had a girl sell herself to me saying that she's a triple threat, this and this. And, I ended up hiring her, and she couldn't do what she had said she could do. Where coming from the stunt arena, if you can't ride a horse, you don't say you can ride a horse.
Right.
And as a singer, I always have to say I can sing that cover as well as the original, not as well as the original, or better than the original.
Wow.
And I say that, and I break it down that way, and then I have to be able to prove it.
That's right.
And, so I would tell them to always have something else to fall back on.
Beautiful.
So that they are not starving.
Right.
And I was just lucky. I made a living. Those residuals carried me. They're still paying. They've carried me years and years and years. And but there's going to be goals you set for yourself that and I've written a song, you can't make happen what isn't meant to be, no matter how hard you try.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, and you might try, and all you're wanting it isn't going to make it happen if it isn't meant to be.
Right.
Now, I don't say quit, because if I would have quit, I would not be coming into where and it took me until my late 50s to start winning awards.
My goodness.
Yeah, I won some gymnastics awards young, and then I won a stunt award in '85.
Beautiful.
But then all that other time, it wasn't until, and had I quit, so I don't think a person should ever quit pursuing their goals. And there's a way to reach your own goals. See, I've been able to write for myself better things than, I'll say 95% better than anything else I've gotten.
Wow.
But I had to go to college. I had to learn script writing. I had to learn songwriting. I really, went through and stood up at the microphone 25 years to learn to sing. And I've just educated myself to where I would get good enough. But even good enough, you're still going to get beat out, and you're going to have to deal with it. And it's not. I think it's quite hard, really.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on behind closed doors too.
Well, this is it. Unless you're with those top agents, unless you land a top agent, which people think I should have been with years ago.
Mhm.
But, I have not landed that top agent. Maybe next year, maybe
Mhm.
with the books.
Yeah.
Now it's at the point where you can self-market yourself, and agents want you to take in half. Like if you
Mhm.
want Holly Berry to star in
Right.
something, if you can get 250,000 people to sign a petition, you want her,
Mhm.
the agencies might get her and they might put up a portion of the money or all of it. But today you can be successful without going through the big agents,
Exactly.
or without going through all of that.
Prayer.
Yeah, but
You know?
you still would like things were much better
Mhm.
when I showed up each day and I signed that SAG contract for 15 years.
Wow.
I signed that SAG contract. Today people say, would you like a part in my independent film?
Mhm.
Help me back it.
Wow.
Or give me so many likes.
Oh.
Or what, they want to use me and then
Mhm.
have me help fund it because I'm a producer. And I don't have anybody do that. People who work for me, they
Wow.
get SAG wages.
Wow.
They get under a low modified
Right.
basic agreement, but they're still working equivalent to that. Nobody works for free. Where
Exactly.
now they're changing this last few years, people get paid. A few years back, they expected actors to work for free. They weren't even going to pay them the $100 for 8 hours.
Oh my goodness. So, yeah, a lot has changed.
But to get you need those clips, you need the
Yes.
reels, you need to show what you can do, you need the photos,
Mhm.
and anything in film, you need the agent.
Wow, that is amazing. Well, you guys are reaching www.KEPXRadio. We are live here with actress Marneen Lynne Fields. She is a wonderful actress. She's also a stunt woman doing some wonderful things in the community. She's also given to many charities. She has a book. She's a songwriter. We are so happy to have her here on my show, Testimonial Thursday. You can also see it live, you guys. Go to my Facebook at CHEBRADORSEY at OCheaStudioBoutique.com. That's www.KEPXRadio.com. Thank you guys for joining. Marneen, you are doing it. I mean, especially, being an example for the young girls today, and other actors out there today, to see how far you've came. Not only are you knowledgeable about what you do, but you enjoyed what you do. And you took it from not only stunts, but you went to music. I mean, that is, wow, how you went from stunt to music, and you're also doing a book. I mean, wow. So again, tell us again how people can get in touch with your music or the book you're about to write. How can they get in touch? Tell us how they can get in touch with you to get that information, because I want to get them to buy it. I want one myself. So.
Well, I think it starts with, for a book, now John came up with the idea for the Rolling with the Punches, which was my filmography, because he's a film historian.
Wow.
I would have never come up with Rolling with the Punches.
Isn't that
That
amazing?
wasn't the story I wanted to tell.
Mhm.
And it's very good what he's done, because he tells the series creators, and he tells who I doubled, and what the stunt was like, and I mean, it's fascinating reading. But for my book and for my mother's script, these were real true stories. And I got to thinking that for me these are important stories to tell when it comes to my Christian salvation.
Amen.
My mother, I had never been in a church, and my life was very dark, and I had all these operations and this horrible car accident, and I was in my mid-40s. And after the accident, I collapsed, and I got home, the last one, in '99. I took a step, I thought it was my last breath, and I fell to the ground.
Wow.
A friend had told me only Jesus can heal.
Yes.
And I prayed as hard as I could, please don't let me die.
Yes.
I don't know why, I just didn't want to die right then, even though I'd almost died for 12 years.
My goodness.
I just prayed, and I'd been on morphine, drip. I'd had my stomach cut open for the 5th time.
My goodness.
I was sure it was over. And I was in a place between life and death.
Wow.
And I felt that there was a presence there,
Yes.
a very religious and a very spiritual presence, and that I was touched. And I thought it was Jesus who answered my prayer and touched me. Now, other people say that Jesus, he doesn't appear and he doesn't touch that way, but then other people have been healed by him and have been touched by him.
Miracles.
He is the living Christ.
Yes, he is.
And he, I was touched. It was most likely an angel.
Yes.
And I got stronger, and I got to church, and I got baptized. And my mom, after missing for 9 years, she was found within a week or 2 of my baptism. And I was able to bring her home to safety, and I cared for her for 13 years.
13
And
years.
so I'll always believe that it's because, and to this day, I'm so inspired by religious and spiritual concepts.
Yes.
I spend every Sunday just hours on end, because I find that every minister and every preacher has something to offer.
Yes.
And then, I'm not someone that picks up the Bible and just starts reading it. I get it from, church or mass or religious services on TV. And I don't discriminate. I don't say, well, this religion or that religion is better than another. And
Yes, that's right. We're not here for that. Right.
There's one principle that, since I am a new Christian basically since 1999, and I've put my life into this, and both scripts have very strong healing and salvation themes. Both this book, my book and my mom's film. But my number one rebuttal, if I had one, would be that I don't feel that there's a God of mercy that burns people. And I heard just last week on Potter's house.
Yeah.
I heard him say, there's too much condemnation in the church. People are afraid to go to church because everybody's being condemned. But God forgives you. You're forgiven no matter what you've done. And on your last breath, I really don't think there's going to be all this, everybody's thrown in the fire. So that's something that I just don't think a God of mercy.
Right. Well, he's our judge. And so the main thing is that we're not here to judge anybody. We're here to witness. And the rest is left in his hands. And pray for one another. And that's what the key is. We are living examples here to help one another. Those that are sick, those that are shut-in, those who have been through surgery. Our jobs as Christians, pray for one another. Be in action. Do it.
And forgive.
And forgive, yes. So these are the things that God is looking at. And so, we're not perfect. We're only perfect in the Spirit. So that's the good that you said that, because I had to say that on the radio. We're only perfect through the Spirit. We do make mistakes, We are not perfect people. So we don't want to go around thinking we're perfect, because we're really not. And even though the world wants us to look perfect, we're not perfect. So the world will do that, because this is world, flesh. But in the spiritual realm, God's looking at the heart. He's looking at forgiveness. And he also looks at, what are you doing for somebody else? Are you helping somebody else? Are you lifting them up? Are you praying for that person? Wow, this is great, and I'm glad you brought it up. We are here with actress, beautiful Marneen Lynne Fields, and we are here at www.KEPXRadio.com. I am Shebra Dorsey, live on Facebook. You will have a YouTube video, you guys, so we will be having that. You guys can have copies. Go to YouTube. You will see the video of her, hear her story, her testimony, all the things that she has done in this wonderful field. She's about to receive her award. We just congratulate her on what you are doing and everything like that. This award is going to be fantastic for you, isn't it?
Yes, it's just wonderful that I won. It was voted on by even like the International Sports Hall of Fame.
Ah,
They have a body of people that voted out
Yes.
of all the submissions, and I submitted a 2-minute reel and 3 personal reference letters, along with writing a letter about myself of why I felt that I should be recognized. And I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. I cried so much
Wow.
that I would get this award. I'll cry right now even thinking about
it's
it.
amazing. I mean,
And because to have lost that career,
right.
and what I want to say when I do receive the award on the 24th is I want to honor the men who believed in me.
Wow.
Paul Stater and Bill
Beautiful.
Ketching. It isn't me. I mean, I was 19, and these men, I just see their face and telling me I can do it. And
Wow.
who, like, I'd receive a phone call. Well, you know, Paul Stater says you can do this for the jump off the train. He didn't hesitate.
Wow.
Okay, I can do it then. There was another man, Royden Clark, who did all the Rockford Files, and I did some tough stuff on Rockford Files. And he, you know, you can do it. You say you're breathing kind of hard.
Wow.
You know, and
That is amazing.
it was their faith, their strength of character, and that's why this award is important to me. It's important because of them. It
Yes.
honors their life, because see, so many stunt people aren't being recognized,
Yes.
and there's still not an Academy Award for stunt people.
Wow.
So this award, I share it with Paul Stater, Bill Ketching, Royden Clark, and every man, Victor French,
Wow.
every man that hired me and or put my name in, women like Sandy Gimpel. You know, I share it with them because I'd be nothing. I would not have had the life I had, which was hard for me. It was very hard for me because I was real fragile. I had the music, I had the sensitivity of the composer and the singer back then.
Wow.
It wasn't easy for me to do these things that I did.
That's amazing. Wow. And the music is beautiful.
Thank
Because
you.
I went on I heard one.
Thank you. Good.
And it's so inspiring.
Thank you.
What is your most inspiring one you ever wrote?
My music?
Yes.
Well, there's so many still that haven't been recorded. I think what I'd like to say is that I've had some real big record producers,
Yes.
Stuart Epps of early Elton John and Led Zeppelin fame,
Wow.
and Steve Valenzuela of gold record recipient on Kelly Clarkson's
Yes.
greatest hits, and then Tom Weir of Blondie and Rod Stewart.
Yeah. Oh,
And there's a few more, but they're the main ones. And I have some inspirational songs. The most inspirational song that I've written hasn't been released yet. It's called I'll Make It to the Top This Time.
wow.
And it's about,
That's
here
inspiring.
comes that throbbing pressure one more time. It's a
Wow.
stressful situation. I'm about to lose my mind. I'm anxious and I'm desperate to land on top this time. Won't stop this
Wow.
exhilaration till I seize my moment in time.
Beautiful.
And so it's not a love song. I write a lot of love songs, but it is
That is so beautiful.
it's, my focus aimed at the sky. Don't you know I'm gonna fly? I haven't felt this way for a while, but Lady Luck is on my side. I'll make it to the top this time. Watch me land on top this time.
Wow.
And it's been a continual effort to break through the barriers and I'm not sure I ever will in this lifetime. I'm not sure that, my life might be, no matter how much I try to break through those barriers, I might always just fall short. Or all of a sudden, I might break through the barriers.
Yes.
And then I'm ready. I'm ready as a producer and a creator of projects and songs and stories and script. And that's fine too. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to do the best work I can and put it out there.
Wow. That's something else. I love that what you just said. That just inspired me right there. You didn't even sing it. The
There's
words.
spiritual blocks, and you have
Yes.
to be healthy wherever you land. And I already landed. I mean, when I think of where I landed come the 24th, when there's so many great, fabulous stunt people out there, and my career ended in 91, and I get recognized, and so many deserve it. So many. There should be. There's
blessed.
no way they should be stumped by the Academy. No way.
But it was for you. It was for you. And God had honored all that time. He was with you, and He blessed you with this award.
Unbelievable. I lived this long.
Yes.
Do all that gymnastics by
Yes.
myself in that gymnasium when other girls were
Yeah.
dating in high school. I was there on that hard wooden floor in that gymnasium doing cartwheel and flip-flops and falling and crunching myself and doing it again and again and again. I didn't do, just like when I wanted to sing, I tried to be Barbara Streisand. I sang every song of hers 2,000 times. I never got as good as her, no matter how much I tried. I never got as good as Olga Corbett, no matter how much I tried. And sometimes you just have to know that you just keep trying.
And you've been you. You've been you. And the good thing is you had a lot of people to inspire you. You had a lot of people that pushed you. Those were your angels there. They were just like, you can do it, you can do it,
Yeah, they're angels.
Yeah, they're angels. And I tell you, God is so good because even when we don't see tomorrow,
I know.
He already has it in the plan. We don't know the plan, but He has the plan. And that's what's so phenomenal about it. If we were able to see it, we wouldn't appreciate it. But when it's
I'm
written
so thankful.
and you walked right into it, I mean, and when you told me, I looked you up, I read so much, and I've been watching you too because you're doing great things. And I said, my God, this is her season. This is her season to, just shine. You've been there, you've done it, you were able to be yourself. And I tell you, you did it. We are here at www.KEPXRadio. We are here with Marneen Fields. We are so happy that you are on this radio show. Your testimony.
I'm thrilled to be here, and I'm blown away at the things we're discussing because I'm revealing things I've never told anybody.
Wow.
And you are, I remember talking to you one day on the phone, and there was another time on the red carpet.
Yes.
I showed up, I was really, kind of inhibited, and you're like, hi, good to see you. And it was, you are such a beautiful person, and your smile.
Thank you.
And
I was flabbergasted to meet you on the red carpet, though, because we just connected. It was just beautiful.
We did.
And then we talked about God, and we was just like, hey,
and I saw you on the prestigious Woman's Getaway talk show, and that was awesome.
Wasn't that beautiful?
Yes.
I tell you, I'm so grateful to have met all of you.
Your designs are just gorgeous.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are happy to have you on, you guys. This is Shebra Dorsey on my Facebook, CHEBRA DORSEY. We are so happy to have Marneen Lynne Fields with us today, actress, singer, songwriter, stunt woman, about to receive her beautiful award from the International Awards for Pop Rock, and she's also songwriter, but International Action Film Festival. About to get it and receive it all these wonderful years. She deserves it. I want to thank you guys for joining us today on Testimonial Live. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. You guys, hey, this was a wonderful show. You got to give it up. I'm just so happy she's here with us. Testimonial Thursday. Thank you for telling your wonderful testimony with us today.
Thank you.
And thank you for allowing us to be the first to hear about this wonderful award you're about to receive. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
And for those who are watching, thank you for joining us. I see all you guys on Facebook. Thank you, KEPX Radio. You can go to www.kepxradio.com. Thank you guys again. I'm OChea. See you guys soon.